Preparation. Exactly 5.003 milligrams of 98.8% pure 25C-NBOMe HCl, NaCl being the only adulterant. This is known due to extensive relationship with supplier and confirmed high purity and quality of several other compounds such as 4-HOMET, 6-APB, 5-APB, and 5-MAOI from same source, were weighed out in an aluminum weighing pan/solution dish, on an electronic balance, around 0.005 milligrams. 3 milliliters of distilled water was applied to the 25C-NBOMe HCl in the weighing dish via a veterinarian hypodermic needle. The solution was plunged in and out of the dish, around 25x, till all solute was completely dissolved, then redrawn in the syringe. Less than 5% remained in the dish. The syringe contained 5 milligrams or 25C-NBOMe to 3 milliliters water, 1.666 milligrams to milliliters. Administration. D+0. 0.166 milligrams, 0.1 milliliters of solution, was dabbed in handcrafted paper thimble and placed in mouth and swigged around for 5 to 10 minutes. D+1 hour. 0.166 milligrams, 0.1 milliliters of solution, were consumed in the same paper thimble method as previous dose. A lemon OG/blueberry swisher was then rolled and smoked. D+1 hour and 45 minutes. 0.166 milligrams, 0.1 milliliters of solution, were consumed in the same paper thimble method as previous dose. Another lemon OG/blueberry swisher was then rolled and smoked. D+3 hours and 50 minutes. 0.332 milligrams, 0.2 milliliters of solution, were ingested through intranasal administration. Another lemon OG/blueberry swisher was then rolled and smoked. 3 other subjects consumed same dose and reported very much same experiences. Setting: a garage converted to a chill/trip room containing a bunk bed, extra comfy sectional couch, computer/desk/chair, 52 TV with video games/music and 3 video game chairs and a coffee table. Very comfy, very friendly. Experience. D+0. After first 0.166 milligrams oral dose was taken, a slight, and almost unnoticeable, bitter taste was present, and caused the tongue to experience a cooling effect, like winter fresh. D+25 minutes. No OEBs or SEBs. A heightened sense of color/smell was definitely noted, along with relieving previously clogged nostrils and clear-headed feelings, but no stimulation. D+1 hours. No OEBs or SEBs present, but definitely on verge of shining through. Nice color and detail of nature. This is known because of going outside to pee. The effects of first dose were at peak. Light and color sensitivity, a 3.5 out of 10. Smell great. Marijuana seemed absolutely fantastic, even though it was already very good, even if not already altered. This seemed to bring out a very nice feeling, and ever so slight stimulation combined with increased giggles and laughter. The effects felt very warm and comfortable, like a low dose of a tryptamine like 4-HOMET, so a second oral dose was taken. D+1 hours and 45 minutes. Slight OEB similar to a 0.1 milligram of LSD-25 and 4-HO-DMT, whereas the waving and squiggles and patterns were like psilocin and there was a breathing of walls and cubical objects were closer to acid. The second dose seemed to be at peak, resulting in a very happy giggly feeling. Not much more stimulation though, along with a very light floaty feeling like MDMA or methadone. If you aren't familiar with true marijuana seems to bring out the best qualities in this compound and keep its warmth. Smoking still allows you to be high and silly from weed, but the sleepy body high and feeling from CBD and CBCs from bud were gone. I wouldn't do without, but anyways, a third oral dose was administered. D+3 hours and 50 minutes. High and euphoria seemed to peak from third dose. There is noticeably more stimulation and drive to explore, have fun and meet people, maybe eat something. But not like a rush, just brighter. Happiness is phenomenal at this point. A permanent smile was plastered on all 3 faces. OEBs and SEBs were pretty much same, just more pronounced, especially breathing and stretching. Even though it'd never be tested by me, I feel at this dose driving abilities would actually be unaffected. But don't test this on my word. We walked to a nearby Wendy's. It was pretty dark and car lights streaked by nicely, leaving short sharp trails. Hunger wasn't present, but when finally inside Wendy's, the urge to taste on this substance was huge and I devoured a large Coke/vanilla frosty 10 nuggets and a medium fry. Amazing sense of taste on this molecule, as if every ingredient is individually identified. After returning to the garage, intranasal doses of 0.332 milligrams, 2 milliliters, were administered to self and 1 other subject. Others were happy at the dose, but my friend and I were hoping for a 4+ on the scale, and were fairly comfortable with / on it. So up the chute and almost no feeling, but a slight cooling and numbing actually felt great. Rush immediate almost from this, very similar to the first bump of methamphetamine. Nice, not fast or dirty or sweaty. D plus 4 hours. Right on verge of 4 plus. Stretching amplified music dissected and reorganized, very beautiful soft, medium paced sevs very vibrant and warm almost insisting one to fall asleep and add homegrown DMT, Erowid note, we have no idea what this refers to the mix, everything immediately indirect very was detailed crisp and undistorted as patterns and prisms of color and wiggles party in 360 degrees peripheral vision like a tunnel. D plus 5 hours. My brave friend on my level looks at me very stern, yet unconcerned and serious at the same time and says, reality, just hit you in the face didn't it? I look up and simply respond yes with a grin on my face. At the very moment it happened, a spark in the back of my head, a buzz started to spread over my skin exactly like LSD 25, that cold heat buzz and tingle. This extraordinary feeling was accompanied by a rush of euphoria and excitement like candy flipping. Taking MDMA and LSD 25 together, I have to say most inexperienced psychonauts would be more than overwhelmed at this point, but this was the peak of a mountain I've trained and prepared for and was expecting, and my friend he is just a damn trooper, haha, and loved it. Anywho, this skin buzz grew and grew and grew where there was a point I recalculated the doses furiously, wondering, had I taken too much? Should I be in a safer place before I reach its true peak and lose touch with reality 100% for the first time? Am I really ready for this? And then it happened. D plus unknown. I felt as if I opened my eyes for the first time and was suspended in what seemed to represent space. My friends were still visible and seemed to be there in the same floating upright posture with closed eyes and gentle smiles, and then I began to witness an ugly side of this otherworldly suspension to skin buzz on my back facing. What was to me the epitome of emptiness grew cold and consuming as if it was pulling me into a cold burning frying pan and never let me return to normal. But I felt as if I was responsible for the comfort and safety of my subjects and managed to break away from this feeling and escape hitting the invisible frying pan. I then realized, or think I had my eyes closed during that, and when I escaped it I simply opened my eyes. At this point I thought I felt sober for the most part and started to feel a depressant feeling like a warm opiate buzz, probably due to even more marijuana being consumed quarter of very high quality bud by pretty much just me. Over the whole night, they aren't big smokers, so to walk off and celebrate my escape I go outside with the group after convincing them to follow. After walking around and discussing this new fantastic compound I got the urge to go home to chill with my brother and try and sleep. I felt a tad exhausted. It was around 1:30 a.m. I took the first dose at like 5 p.m. I told the group I was going to walk home. Home is exactly 3 miles away. After reaching the main street a block away, looking down the street and watching it stretch and wiggle made me realize I was still high, so I decided to return to the garage and be safe, and have my brother pick me up. After getting home I was at 10% of the pico as I couldn't stand cartoons, they lightweight scared me, and movies were nice and emphatic like watching movies on E. More weed consumed, more sleepy warm feeling. My cat laid on my chest purring which caused me to fully relax. After sitting up and cracking my back, I lay back down, repositioned Molly, my cat, she's huge, 35 pounds and slim, and drift away. Amazing dreams indistinguishable from reality. After waking up I feel light still and a little happier than usual, no headache, or drag. My pupils were very tiny whereas they were huge at the peak. And an important note. I noticed when I forgot to drink for about 2 hours after my second dose my veins began to constrict, and as soon as fluids, Gatorade, were ingested this was reversed. But all in all it's very nice and seemed to have lit physical side effects. I'd have to say it's like LSD 25 and MDMA in one godly compound. I put its max safe, fun dose at 0.850 mg taken as I have, or 0.750 mg oral at once and 0.475 mg nasally at once.